I think what we need to do now is go to the all-important people of the community who have given the time and services or made donations. Rolly Saunders, thank you very much indeed for the shipping of 500 tonnes of stone. So the last minute. Rolly, can you get this done? And bang, he was there. 2 lorries were laid on, and we managed to get the stone in for the car park, and the car park laid within a 2-day period. So thank you so much for pass our thanks on to the family. Thank you very much. The Elwood family. We've had a tragic time over the last 3 weeks. I'd like to thank them very, very much for the donation of the field at the lower end of what used to be the original car park. We've managed to extend down to that bottom end. So we give them our utmost thanks as well. And the Irving family, Michael, Anne, Casson, for the donation of the land for the footpath, which isn't yet built, but it will be, Richard, I promise. It's all there. I'll put the lines on the wall where it's going to go across. Jason Keith for moving out all the old walling stone, and Paul, thanks for those scaffold poles right at the beginning, mate. That was appreciated. And of course there's Tom, Stephen, Andrew and James Metcalf, who vented their spleens by ripping up the floorboards of the old hall right at the very beginning of the demolition. So your input has been a real help and uplift for the committee. Thank you very much indeed. There is a generation of local people who spend a large amount of their adult social life attending social gatherings at Grizebeck Village Hall. It's a special group of people whose lives have benefited from the friendship that comes through meeting and social events. And this is borne out by their kind donations to the rebuild project, reflecting how important they feel a facility of this nature is to a future healthy community lifestyle. We would like to say a special, heartfelt thank you to the following local people for their donations: Jimmy and Florrie Nicholson, Margaret Polkinghorn, Eileen and Richard Cathcart, Edna Benson, and Irene Saunders for pledging the money donated at the funeral of her late husband, Alan. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Miller. I don't know the first names, I'm afraid. Now we have a committee member who was 8 years old when the old hall was built in 1928. Can you hear me, Casson? Yeah. Casson Irving, we are so pleased that you have been a witness to the completion of the new community hall at Grizebeck. And thank you so much for your donation. Now, just as a by the way, in our pre-event celebrations we accidentally dropped Casson while giving him the bumps. Hence the black eyes, hey Casson? Yeah. Right, I would like to say a big thank you to the husbands and wives of those on the committee who have supported, to breaking point, the cause that their partners have stood by and stuck to. So thank you very much indeed, especially David came. I saw him coming over. Oh, there you are, sorry. Thank you very much. And Anne.
The dog's nearly locked on Thursday night.
We had a late night. Bert, thank you for putting up with us.
Gets it out of my head.
And finally, to the committee, a team of people who have formed the backbone to the success of this project over the last 11 years. To Anne Carruthers, to Lynn Tyson, to Eileen Cathcart, retired secretary, to whom I apologise for teasing about when her writing I could not read. To Eileen Senegals, the person responsible for me standing here. In 2001, Eileen asked if I would like to join a social event at the village hall. I went to that social event and came out as chairman of the Grizebeck Village Hall Committee. To Gay Kelly and Gay Goodson. Yes, we have 2 gays in our village. To Jennifer Metcalf, to Val McGowan, to Michael Irving, to Paul Teft and to Bill Thompson. And last but not least, our recently appointed hall manager, Andrea Wilson, who's patiently sitting down here clicking the remote. She's a gold nugget of a person whose managerial and administration skills will, I'm sure, launch the success of the new hall. The emotional roller coaster ride has tested the individual and the team endurance levels to breaking point. There have been tears of joy and tears of frustration. In my opinion, the character and personality of the team has been just right to achieve this monumental success, and it is a real pleasure to be part of that success. As a member of the community, I would like to give you all a massive thank you for the work that you have put in to create this fantastic community facility. Thank you. Right, Richard, a few words from your phone. And then followed by John, if that's all right, John.
Alcohol, water.
It's wonderful to be here this afternoon. First of all, a very quick apology from our managing director, who would normally be still here doing this. He's actually on a plane on the way back from Spain at the moment, so he can't make it this afternoon. I personally remember coming here 3 years ago, on a day not dissimilar to this, I don't think, actually, meeting Richard and Gay and Cassie and the rest of the committee in the old kitchen, which is almost where the new kitchen is, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
When we were discussing the Community Challenge application at the time. In 2008, we had 130 applications for funding for the WRG Community Challenge. This is one of 8 that was successful, so it shows the commitment, I think, from the committee and certainly from the community behind the project to clearly demonstrate to us this was a project that was going to make a difference, and it's something that the community would love and appreciate for a huge number of years into the future. I think Richard said pretty much all the thank yous anybody really can, but from my point of view, as an officer working for WREN, I managed in the region of about 80 applications at any one time, which this was by far the largest one I've ever been involved in. Our upper grant limit is normally £50,000, and that is the case at the moment simply because of demands on funding. The challenge allowed us to fund some bigger projects and make a bigger difference, and I really don't think we could ask for more than this particular scheme here today. So thank you to Richard, thank you to Frank. I know Frank's been in constant communication with us to make sure that we can get the payments across to Stuart and everybody like that, so nobody's upset with us for not paying on time. But it really is a tremendous honour to be here this afternoon. I'm absolutely delighted with the project itself. I know our friends at Waste Recycling Group, whom the money came from originally to actually put into this project, will be delighted with it as well. And I really do hope it's around for an awful long time to come. Thank you very much.
Well, look, I promise I will be brief. I'm just so impressed with what you've been able to do here and the end product. This is called the Community Hall at Grizebeck, and it's so aptly named because it is going to be a brilliant facility for the community for many, many generations to come. But of course, as we've just heard from Richard just now, it was created by the community and by the enormous generosity and dedication of so many people. I mean, your roll call, Richard, was illustrative of just how many people have given so much to this. But I think that the length of that roll call shows just what an enormous job of work that you and the committee members and everyone involved in this project has had to do to bring together so many diverse resources and diverse people bringing their effort to be able to create this. I think you can be truly proud of what you've been able to create, and I know it's going to be put to fantastic use in the months and years ahead, whether that is sitting around in your underpants with steam coming off you, or whatever you choose to get. Look, this is yours now, and you can do with it as you will. So thank you so much for having me here today, and well done.
Well, everybody, we'd just like you to sort of mingle and chat, and there's plenty of beverages, and we've got a bit of a buffet going on here, so please help yourselves and enjoy. Thank you.